Were you aware that yesterday was Super Thursday? If not, watch this video and find out. A whole series of local council by-elections took place yesterday. And of course, you can't read too much into local results here and there. But what you can do is you can build up a general trend. And it's been pretty ugly for the Labour Party, who are losing support all over the country, including, you saw, Reform gain that seat, that council seat from Labour in Blackpool. So yesterday there were actually 20 council by-elections, described by the excellent election maps there as the largest electoral event until next year's local elections in May. I thought this was interesting. I believe he's a Labour councillor, Ben Walker, saying that Labour had actually sent a national email encouraging members to engage with those 20 council by-elections. Labour there, it seems, calling it Super Thursday. So clearly Labour are slightly worried and took those local by-elections quite seriously. And I'm not going to go through every single result here, but here are some of the interesting ones. Starting in Scotland, where, of course, it's been speculated that Reform could gain a decent number of seats in the Scottish Parliament because the Scottish and the Welsh, of course, get proportional representation in their own parliaments, but us English don't. And yes, I will keep banging on about how unfair that is. But look, as to whether Reform support in Scotland is real, well, you can see here something quite interesting. Both Labour and the SNP down, and the Conservatives down, but at 15% there, 15.5% there, Reform with a pretty decent showing. When you look at Runnymede there, you see yesterday the Conservatives increasing support, Labour decreasing. No Reform candidate there, but the Conservatives holding on and holding that seat. When you look at this seat in Essex, in Harlow here, you've got both Labour and the Conservatives down. Labour holding the seat, but again they're nearly 20% for Reform. This is reflecting the national polls here. You're seeing decent, credible levels of support for Reform. In Worthing, again, no Reform candidate in this local by-election, but just look at that. Labour down, Conservatives up, and that's a Conservative gain from Labour. You see here, North East Derbyshire, again, no Reform candidate, but the Conservatives gaining that seat from Labour, who are down over 20 points. And finally, in Leeds, you actually saw a Green gain from Labour, but just look at that again from Reform, standing there for the first time with over 24% of the vote, just narrowly third behind Labour there. And of course, a big difference with the May elections is going to be the Reform are pledging to stand at thousands of candidates. So a number of those local by-elections, there was no Reform candidate, but some pretty credible performances there for Reform. And again, Labour really struggling. You're seeing the Greens take seats from them, the Conservatives and Reform as well. But do let me know what you make of all of that in the comments below, please, guys. We'll, of course, keep bringing you all the latest on this and much more. So please do whack this video a quick thumbs up. And, of course, as ever, cheers for watching.